And in between all of this, there was Orquesta del Desierto.
That was basically just, I was invited to lay down some guitar tracks on a record that those guys were working on, and they were recording it in Palm Springs. And I went to the studio, and the songs were written, and I just put some guitar ideas down, and then, once the record had finished, a tour came together in Europe for it, and I was available to do it. So I went along and did it. But it was a collaboration. I think inspired a bit by the Desert Sessions kind of ideal that we would bring different musicians together from the desert, from outside of the desert, and collaborate. And that's basically what that was. Yeah.
This year, it's the 10th anniversary of Halamanta, where you and Gary had a little cameo on song Toot. You were invited down, and was everything all written, or did you just say do something with this track, or what was that about?
Toot was a writing collaboration we did with Brant. I wrote the lyrics, and we arranged some guitar stuff, and that was kind of a collaborative thing we did. Brant primarily had that record completely done, and we were at that time we were messing around and jamming quite a bit together. He was playing with us for a little while, and we were getting together up at my house in this little practice room I had there in La Quinta, and we were working on stuff. We had all kinds of weird irons in the fire, creatively, jamming. But that particular song, yeah, we got together on that and wrote some lyrics and sang it, and Brant had some grooves nailed down. That was that.
Whose idea was the stereo vocals?
I can't remember. Honestly, it's been a long time since I even heard that song. I can't remember, but I'll tell you, it was probably him and Tony up at Rancho. Honestly, I can't remember.
Favorite instrument to play, guitar or bass?
Oh, that's like, that's hard. That's like ice cream or tacos. It's just two totally different things, and I love them both. And I'm just different. It's a different experience completely for me. I love the bass because it's a very physical thing. I play with my fingers, and I'm in control, and I feel like there's this open end of control where I can guide things, and it's a lot different. The guitar, I love the expressiveness of it. I love the energy of it. They're two. I love them both. I couldn't pick that one. That's hard.
My one friend, he plays bass, and he's in love with your bass playing, and we were watching a live Yawning Man show, and you started playing bass chords, and he was just blown away because every other bassist that he knows never plays bass chords, and he was really happy and impressed to see someone else playing bass chords.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's a big thing that I like to again with bass and kind of controlling the path. I like to fill out a melody and support it with those chords, and that's the guitar player coming through, I guess. But there's something. I mean, when you've got an SVT cranked and just saturated with gain, and you wrap those chords, and yeah, I was a huge and still am a huge Motorhead fan, and Lemmy. He played with a pick, but man, those bass chords are just, that was a huge influence.
I know, since after the last question, this might be another awkward one for you, but is there any particular album that you were on, Fatso or Yawning Man or whomever, that is your favorite or most proud of?
Particular album, wow. I would say that's hard. I'm really proud of Kiss Me Twice, I'm Schizo, which is a sort of quartet album. It was our really our first experience of exploring the recording studio, and just like an open feeling of just whatever weirdness that we could come up with, embracing that. And it was a really freeing experience recording that record. I love Flames for All. I love Power of Three. They're all so different that there's a lot of songs in there that still resonate with me lyrically, and that's a couple. I really love the Rock Formations record. But yeah, that's a tough one.
Right. So Fatso Jetson still together, coming out with a new album soon. So I hear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we've been working on this record for like 2 years, and this situation we're in up here in L.A. with running this business. My cousin Larry is the chef at our restaurant, and I run the front of the place. And it's working nights, and it puts quite a damper on your creative energy and your time to do these things. But we've whittled away at it and finally got it in control, and we're finishing it up here in the next month, and it's called Archaic Volumes, and Vince Maroney's on it, and Matthias Schneeberger's on it, Schneeby.
Earthlings, yeah.
From the Earthlings, and he also, has recorded and produced one of our records before, and it was all recorded here in Arcadia, which is this Schneeby studio. When we first moved up here to LA, we found that spot as a rehearsal space for Fatso Jetson, and we ended up converting it into a studio. That's going to be finished up here pretty soon, and we're going to play 10 dates in Europe in April, ending up at the Roadburn Festival in Tilburg, Holland. So we are really excited about that, and that's kind of our focus and our goal, to get this record out and celebrate it with playing some gigs in Europe.
I hear Goat Snake's getting back together for Roadburn.
That's right. I think we're playing the same night, actually. They're playing Totemoshi, a great band from Northern California. They just relocated down here to L.A., and Brant's playing that day, too. So it's going to be quite a bro fest.
It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, we're super excited.
So now you're the proprietor of Cafe 322.
Right.
I hear there's fantastic mozzarella sticks.
All right.
And so has that been just, have you been loving every minute of it?
Oh, hell no. No way. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But it's wonderful, though. It's a very unique place. I'm very proud of it. There was one week where Fatso Jetson played on a Saturday night. The next night, my dad and my daughter were on stage singing, and the following week, Leaving played solo, and he did like a lounge set, and it was like going, man, this is what it's all about. It's like I got a place where my whole family's performing and doing what they love to do, and we're hopefully making a living It's a struggle. You know, everyone's struggling these days in the business that we're in.
Right.
First to struggle, but it's all about music, and we have music every night: jazz, blues, rock and roll. My father and my mother was an opera singer. My dad's an opera singer. My daughter sings opera also. They perform together every Sunday, and we got a gig coming up on Halloween. It's Fatso Jetson and White Flag. You remember White Flag?
Yeah.
They're performing, and a bunch of my old friends from LA are going to be up here that night. Tony from the Adolescents is going to be singing with them, and so it's a pretty swinging pizza parlor, but it's hard, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It puts a damper on the rock and roll, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But we're balancing it. It's a balancing act, but we'll never give up the playing.
Yeah. You ever get like a fan come in and just like an ecstatic fan coming in?
Brant played a show at the restaurant. We played a show together. It's been a while now. I think it was in April, and a dude showed up. Really, really cool guy. Showed up from New Jersey. He was here visiting his family, and he's always leaving comments on the Fatso Jetson MySpace,
mm-hmm.
and he's always saying, "Oh man, if I ever get out to LA, I'm gonna come and see you guys." And he came that night to the show. And that was so insane because I totally knew him, and I knew his music. He'd asked me, go and check out this new song that I posted on our MySpace thing, you know. And he came in that night, and he was like, dude, it's me, you know. It's like, holy shit, you know. That's pretty amazing. So yeah, once in a while, some people from Spain came into the restaurant
wow.
a couple weeks ago. And introduced themselves. They ended up at our place because of music, you know. And I thought that was pretty cool. And they enjoyed it. They happened to come on a night where we had some really great music happening, so they were stoked on the whole deal. And I have some posters and flyers and stuff from the old days up, and they're tripping on that. So it's been cool. Now I wouldn't say fans but
right.
but people that are down with the history and what's going on and down with our music, and so yeah, it's pretty groovy.
Well, thank you very much. I think that's it.
Okay.
All right, Mario Lalli.
Thanks, Dan.